Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is my first keyboard review for 2024 and it's been a long time since I did a keyboard review, so I'm really excited to do this again. Finally got the time and it's a worthy keyboard. I'll tell you that it's a worthy keyboard for my first review for 2024. This is the Nuphy Air 60 V2 version 2, which was sent over by Nuphy for an honest review. All thoughts and opinion are my own. Again, if you're new to the channel, my review style is based on opinion and actual experience. I will not dwell into the details on what's new with V2, the full specs of this keyboard. Instead, I'll tell you how I find the keyboard for my day-to-day use, as I've been using this keyboard for the past 3 weeks and it's been awesome. All right. Before we start the review, I'd like to tell you guys that this is my favorite travel keyboard for 2024 and probably my all-time favorite travel keyboard. And I say that because that's how good this keyboard is for me as a travel keyboard. All right. Nuphy is a brand that is familiar to many keyboard enthusiasts around the world. But if you're deep into the rabbit hole, you would find that Nuphy might be a brand more geared towards those who are consumers. Not really for the enthusiasts, not really for those deep into the hobby who have specific wants and needs. They cater more on the consumer, and that's not a bad thing because they have really good products, and this one tells me that the brand is really good and the brand is really specified for a certain group of people. And for me, the Air series of Nuphy is a travel keyboard and it really does it so well. All right. So going onto their site, it's a $109 keyboard. It's a good price for what it is. There are a lot of options. This one comes in with the low profile red switches. All right. There are different colorways and different designs that you can check, and there are add-ons as well. Going back to the specs, let's just browse through it and I'll tell you which specs I like and which specs I don't think is that much of important. Number one is the design. I really love the design of this keyboard. It is so lightweight, it is so thin, and yet it doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel cheap at all. All right. And I've been searching for a travel keyboard ever since I dove into the hobby. And during my initial years into the hobby, there were a lot of compromises because most of the travel keyboards will not sound good, or they would not feel and type good. But it's really unpractical to bring in large keyboard like this, like the Mr. Suit, which weigh in, I think, over 3 kilos. It's really unpractical to bring it to travel. And so before, I had several options as my travel keyboard. I did have the KBD67 Lite. It was good. USB, Bluetooth connectivity wasn't that perfect for the KBD67 Lite. And then I tried using my Freebird 60 as a travel keyboard. It was okay. It's still heavy. It's an aluminum case keyboard. The perfect travel keyboard would be a polycarbonate case plastic keyboard, which is the Nuphy. So it's a polycarbonate keyboard on the back. They say that the top housing is supposed to be aluminum. I think it is, so I'm not really sure about that, but yeah, maybe, probably, but still overall a light keyboard. And then late last year, there came in the Keymove K68 Pro. It was good. Tri-mode connection, lightweight. You can switch the switches with regular switches, but it felt plasticky. It felt cheap, and the sound profile was, even after modding, was so-so. All right. And so when Nuphy sent this over, I was really excited to try it out. First of all, the layout. I love the layout. 60% for me is the perfect travel keyboard. Much so is a 60% with an arrow key. So for me, this is the perfect layout. A 60% with arrow key keyboard. And that's why I really am excited when I tried it out for the first time. All right. Going back to the specs. So again, is a minimalist design, very thin, fits perfectly. You can put it on top of your laptop, although I've tried using that. It doesn't really work well because you have to deactivate your laptop keys. Otherwise, once you type it, it presses on to the laptop. It boasts of a good polling rate on its wireless performance. Again, not so much of a biggie for me because I don't game at all. But I've tried doing connection wirelessly and it's really good. Very seamless connection with the Bluetooth. No problems at all, no difficulty at all. And mind you, this keyboard is VIA compatible. And for me, that's a very good feature. And I think it's a prerequisite for keyboards coming out late 2023 onwards. So it's Mac and OS compatible, Mac and Windows OS compatible. You can toggle it here, which is also a really good addition. Which, mind you, it's not really hard to use a Windows keyboard on a Mac computer. I've had experiences where I tried to convince a lot of Mac users to go into the custom mechanical keyboard scene, and they're really hesitant because is it Windows or Mac compatible? Actually, you just have to shift out and interchange your control and command keys, and it's so easy to do on your Mac computer. So let me show you that. Just go on to keyboard, all right, and this is the latest OS if I'm not mistaken. Then go to shortcuts and your modifier keys and simply just shift out your option and command keys, and then your window compatible keyboard will work well for your Mac. All right, but again, it's a welcome addition that this one now has a toggle button, so simply just like switch out easily for those who are not that tech savvy. The keycaps are okay. It's a low profile keycaps. Legends are crisp. It feels premium. It doesn't sound cheap at all, so I like that. Inside this keyboard, there are a lot of layers of foam, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this is a PET film. So basing on this, there's a PE foam and a PET film and some dampeners inside, giving this a pretty solid, cohesive sound profile. So I'll give you a sound test at the end of the video. Suffice it to say, for a completely built keyboard and a low profile keyboard with red switches, I'm not sure if these are Gateron switches, it does sound pretty solid. It does sound pretty good. It's more on the thocky sound profile, which is kind of expected because it has all of those foams in it. And I really love it. I really enjoy the sound profile. For me, I would use this as it is. Again, there are a lot of switch selections available over at Nuphy's website, but I wouldn't go as far as modding the hell out of this keyboard, because at the start of this video, I told you guys, first and foremost, this is my travel keyboard. So if I would want a premium sounding keyboard, if I would want a premium typing feel, I wouldn't go to this. I would go to my Mr. Suit, to my Zoom 75, to my Owlab Spring. No, this keyboard is for travel. This is a keyboard that I would pick up when I'm going somewhere and I don't want to use the keyboard of my laptop. So this is the Nuphy Air 60 V2 for you. Super good, super amazing. I've been enjoying 3 weeks of using it. Again, coming from a point of view of a mechanical keyboard, not an expert, probably enthusiast. I love it. I love it. I do love it. This is near perfect. Only one thing I wished it had. I wish it had regular switches, because the options for low profile switches are a bit limited compared to regular switches, wherein there's a lot going on right now in the market. It's too much to even cope for me, having a busy schedule. But yeah, could have placed a design like the Key Move and have regular switches in them. That would be awesome. But again, as it is, still this is my favorite travel keyboard for 2024. All right. And so that's it for my review of the Nuphy Air 60 V2. Thank you for watching. A very good first Nuphy keyboard to review. It speaks well of the brand and their principle. And do take note that there will be a review unit of the Gem 80 coming up soon, and this one I'm really excited. The Nuphy Air 60 V2 impressed me for a budget travel keyboard. The Gem 80 is a fully customizable keyboard with a lot of features going on, a lot of specs going on in them, especially the Omni mount. It's nothing new, but let's see how Nuphy implements this Omni mount mounting style, wherein you have several mounting options all available in one keyboard. They're not the first to do it, but I think this is Nuphy's first time to do it. So let's see how well that goes. So thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're going to order, you can use my link and my discount code to get amazing discounts on your Nuphy's website and Nuphy purchase. So keep this channel going by showing your support. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.